Welcome back. It's Coach Tom Ferry. We're talking about the 6 biggest problems agents face and how to solve them. In the first 2 videos, we talked about the first 4 problems, and I just wanted to recap for you. The first one is being a dabbler, trying to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but never fully committing yourself to maximizing your personal effectiveness with a specific lead generation solution. Number 2, failing to follow up, and how frustrating that is to spend your hard-earned money and time generating business, but then missing them in the moment of truth when you should have followed up. Number 3, managing your time. We talked about how that's a myth, that you really can't manage time. You can only manage your activities, and how important it is to create that weekly action checklist or that daily action checklist. And then, of course, the last one, getting organized. And you heard me talk about my client, Carolyn, who was able to double her business by taking our training and just focusing on income-producing projects and, of course, creating that 1-year marketing plan. Now, my hope is that in watching these videos, you've already taken some action. If you haven't, I know why, because it was the 5th biggest problem we identified in asking all those agents what was going on. Here's what they said. Number 5, I've got too many ideas. Where in the world do I start? Now, I know you've faced that same problem before. I know I've faced it before. We go to seminars, we sit on webinars, we watch videos like this. There's always 100 things to do. The question is, where do you start? What's the right thing for you today to build your business? Well, I believe you should always start with why. And you may have watched that great video by Simon Sinek or read his book, Start With Why. I don't mean that side of it. I mean your why. What's your motivation to take action? You see, when we go out and we take action and we don't know why we're doing it, we never give 100%. We never maximize our personal effectiveness. We do just a little bit. That's what dabblers do. We don't want to be a dabbler. We want to be a rock star in this business. So the first thing is to get clear on what is your motivation to take action. You're watching these videos, you want to grow your business. What's in it for you? What are the benefits? What are the consequences if you don't? What's going to drive you to go to the next level? So here's where I believe everyone should start. I call it the money motive to act formula. So we start by asking ourselves, how much does it cost me to run my business and to run my household? So you get a number in mind, and I'll just use examples. Let's say it's $6,000. So it costs me $6,000 to live every month. Well, how much outside income do you have coming in? Do you have a spouse who has a job, or do you have 0 there? If it's $6,000 and 0, well, the difference is you're responsible for $6,000 every single month. Then I ask, what's your average commission check? After you're split, how much do you receive? Let's just say it's $4,000 as an example, and it could just as easily be $40,000 for one of you watching. So it's $4,000. Well, I need to bring in 6. My average commission check is $4,000. Monthly closings needed. I need 1.5 closings a month, or guess what? I fall behind financially. Now, what happens the moment you answer those questions? You are immediately aware of the baseline number of transactions you need just to survive. But I don't think you're watching this video to survive. I'm thinking you're watching this video because you want to thrive. You want to create a breakthrough in your performance. You want to create a breakthrough in your income, but you got to know that baseline. You got to know that minimum standard. Then I go to the next solution. I say, what is your breakthrough income number? Just like Cody Longmire, who I mentioned a few videos back, who had never made more than $120,000, he wrote down in one of our trainings, I want to earn $300,000. And guess what? While I'm recording these videos, it's almost the end of the year. He's earned $278,800 on 37 sales. Absolutely his best year ever. Why? He knew exactly what it cost him, and then he wrote down what would be the number he would love to go after. What would be the income goal that would cause you to really get excited about your success, that would have everybody in your office talking and all of your family and loved ones giving you an attaboy and congratulations. Write down that number. Then, number 4, if you really want to get your motive to act, you got to list out what are 10 reasons why it's a must for you. What are the 10 things, whether they are negative consequences for not following through, if I don't earn it, I might have to get a job, heaven forbid, or the 10 pleasurable benefits for you taking action. Now, we know people will do more to avoid pain than they will to gain pleasure. So my advice is give yourself a little mix of both. But the key is, if I'm going to go for this breakthrough, I've got to know why. See, what to do is the easy part. Why are you going to do it is what separates the best from the rest. And if you want to have a massive breakthrough in your performance, you got to get clear on your motive to act, why you want to do it. Then, number 5, create a simple 90-day plan and start incorporating that weekly action checklist. So once I know why I want to do it, then the how, that's the easy part. Okay, I need to make this many calls, I need to send out this many emails, I need to do this many open houses. That's the easy part. We got to get really clear on why we want to do it, and your performance will go through the roof. Now, I want to talk to you now about the 6th biggest problem that all these agents identified that's probably stopping you from earning the money you desire. So let's talk about the number 6 and the biggest problem we saw talking to real estate professionals today, and that is, quite honestly, because of the old economy, because of the bad market, there's a tremendous number of people out there that simply lack the confidence to go out and take the action that they want, and many of them even expressed that they just simply don't believe in themselves anymore, that they're not ambitious anymore. They don't want to set those big aggressive goals because they've just been beaten up too much. Now, I could go through thousands of examples of people that have used our training, used our information to make the adjustment, to turn from not believing to believing. You know, I have 2 boys, Michael and Stephen, and when I think about them, I naturally begin to smile. One of the conversations I'm having with them all the time at 12 and 14 is faith or fear. You see, faith and fear have the same exact definition, the belief in the unknown. What I say to them all the time is, guys, try faith. When it comes to getting good grades, when it comes to, dealing with your friends, when it comes to maybe asking a girl, heaven forbid, out on a date, oh my goodness, try a little faith. Because what we know is the average human being has 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Think about that, 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day, and most of them, you're beating yourself up. You're putting yourself in the grave. You're causing the failure by the way we think. So I tell my boys all the time, try a little faith, and then I give them the same formula we've given to tens of thousands of agents before you. Let's take a look at what you should do to solve this problem. So number 1 is daily gratitude. I ask people all the time, if you feel good, how do you perform? And they all say the same thing. Oh, when I feel good, of course I go out and perform at a high level. And I say, when you feel good, are you more likely to get outside of your comfort zone and try new things? They say, well, yeah, of course. And I said, but on the flip side, if you're not feeling good, if you're feeling some doubt, if you're feeling some lack, some limitation, how do you perform then? And they all said, oh, I don't really perform at all. I mean, I'm in my head, and we all know when you're in your head, it's a scary place to be. So I said, look, the number 1 thing you've got to do to get that self-confidence back, to get that belief in yourself, is to start writing down your daily gratitudes. So listen, maybe things haven't gone your way. Maybe things are incredibly working for you, and you're on fire right now as you're watching this. No matter what if you wrote down, I'm grateful for where I live. I'm grateful for my profession. I'm grateful for the buyers and sellers that are showing up and allow me to help them. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my health and vitality. By doing this, guess what? You're going to feel good. And when you feel good, you perform good and you create a breakthrough. We also both know, guess what? When you feel good, that radiates to the people on the outside. We've all been in that situation before, that you met someone and almost like, you can smell it on them. The fear, the anxiety, the worry, the nervousness. They walk up, how's it going, everybody? If you're like that and you're talking to customers, are you going to win? We both know the answer is no. So it starts with daily gratitude. Then number 2, commit to 1 income producing project. Just one thing. So I like 5-5-4s, 5 past client, 5 new conversations, 4 lead follow-up, doing your hour of power. By just doing that, 3, 4, 5 days a week, Like going to the gym, you're going to begin to build that muscle of belief, knowing that you can reach out to people, have great conversations, have good dialogues, schedule appointments, show houses, list houses, and sell houses, all from one daily discipline. Number 3, we've all heard this before. If you really want to earn more, if you want to earn the breakthrough income that you just wrote down, if you want to make that a reality, well, we all know to earn more, you got to learn more. Right? You're only earning what you truly know and what you truly understand. You've got to break through what you know and do some of the things that you don't know, because that's where all the money is. That's where all the opportunity is. So let's look at some things you might want to try learning. New skills. Look, we know if you know what to say to a buyer or a seller, and you know the objections they're going to give you, and you know how to handle those objections, guess what? Your confidence goes right through the roof. It's been said, when you know what to say and you know what to do, you'll make the calls every day. But if you don't know what to say, if you don't know what's going to happen, and you have the fear of rejection, remember faith or fear, you're not going to take the action at all. So one thing is, let's improve our skills, our ability to talk to people, to message to people in a powerful way. The next thing is best practices. The last thing you want to do in this business is reinvent the wheel. You want to do modeling. You want to find out what's working for others, and as a lot of great agents will tell you, steal it. Yes, you see, if this marketing piece is working for another agent or tens of thousands of agents, that means it's a best practice, and you should do the same. We've talked about many of them during this video series, so you know what lead sources to go after, but we want to learn more about them and not reinvent the wheel. Number 3, new technology to stay relevant. It's important that we're always staying ahead of our buyers and sellers, whether that's the latest app or a solution to be more efficient with our time and our organization and our communication. By learning new technology, we're staying relevant. We're staying on the cutting edge. And you know what? When you do that, your self-esteem goes up, your confidence goes up, because you're learning new things and able to use them in your business to create efficiency. Then I wrote down new planning process. If you study planning and you learn how to GSD, get stuff done faster, well, guess what? The more projects you get going, the more marketing, the more calls, the more lead generation, the more appointments, all of a sudden, guess what? Your confidence is going through the roof, and it can change. And I promise you, it will change. So I share all of this with you, and then the last one. Number 4, we all know we do better in a program than we do on our own. Now, I say that a lot because whether it's I want to lose weight, or I want to be, I want to, get a part of an exercise program, or, I want to start doing my affirmations, or anything that you want to commit to, guess what? We do it better when we've got a peer group of people that are committed to the same thing. We all know that to be true. So here's the challenge. You're watching these videos, you and I have established a relationship. I get today anywhere between 60 to 70 requests a month. Hey Tom, you seem to be pretty good. You work with all these rock stars. I'd like to coach with you. And I'm always very grateful. I'm very flattered by that. I charge today between $3,000 and $6,000 a month for private coaching. Well, as you can imagine, $3,000 to $6,000 a month pre-qualifies a lot of people very quickly. And yet, my desire to reach more people, my desire to contribute. The reason I do these kind of videos is I want to impact more people. I want to help you be the best you can be in this business. So for years, I've been doing these videos saying, here's another idea, here's another tip. And of course, it's been great for you, and it's been great for us because we've been able to touch more people. Which is why I'm excited to take you through our new system. This system ensures that you will no longer fall victim to these 6 problems again. We've covered a lot of ground in this video. So in the 4th and final video, I'll share with you this brand new system.